Hey everyone, how we doing? Mike back here again with you, discussing the Jet game, which was a win, an unexpected win in a way, especially the way it started. We all know game starts out two Travis Kelce touchdowns by the Chiefs to take a 14-0 lead. In the middle of that, the Jets went 3-and-out, so it was not an ideal start. But credit the Jets as they've done all year. There hasn't been an effort issue. They climb back, keep this game close, and even take a lead into halftime, which was shocking. But all in all, Jets go on to win this game 38-31. And I mean, for the people who are looking for this team to tank, get the quarterback, the top draft pick, this team's not going to do that. I mean, you have to look at like the effort this team puts together is just fantastic. And going for the future, you have to. All right, they don't have a quarterback yet for the future, but for now they have some pieces to have some success in the future. Let's start with the receiving core. As I've written about, I've talked about before, Robbie Anderson, who is turning into a fine receiver, just got to keep his head straight. Jermaine Kearse, who's that veteran mainstay in this receiving core that every receiving core needs. And then next year when they get Quincy Enunwa back, that'll be with those three guys, that's lethal. And then, of course, Safarian Jenkins at tight end. Solid. That's solid. That whoever the quarterback is next year, they'll be a big help. Yesterday, Robbie Anderson and Jermaine Kearse over 100 yards each. Back-to-back weeks that the two have done that. And it's just it's big help. There's no other way to put it. Josh McCown's throwing good deep balls, which is exciting to see. Of course, he's old, I know. I don't know if he's the future. But depending on what the Jets do at quarterback for next season, they'll have to consider bringing back McCown. If they draft a young quarterback and they don't feel they want to start him yet, if they draft a Rosen, Darnold, Baker Mayfield, they might feel he needs the first 8 games to full season off. Might need to bring McCown back on a 1-year deal because he is a great veteran. I know he makes mistakes. He makes mistakes in the fourth quarter, but he did not make any mistakes yesterday. 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, over 300 yards passing, no turnovers, and just an excellent job. The O-line held up better for him. He wasn't getting crushed and sacked and all that. Obviously, the defense, getting beat deep. But that was a shootout game, and that Chiefs team started out so well. They've beaten New England, they've beaten Philadelphia, they've beaten some really good teams, and all of a sudden the Chiefs are falling in. This is another game that going into the year, you don't give the Jets a chance. I felt they had a chance going in. I did not think they'd win. They proved me wrong. They proved a lot of people wrong. Great win. And of course, at the end, too, you had the Chiefs getting all those penalties in the red zone, and it was nice to see that not happen to the Jets. That was so Jet-esque, what the Chiefs were doing. Marcus Peters fires the flag into the crowd, something I could also see a Jet doing. Jets, after running at least 6+ plays on that red zone, they punch it in, and then on the 2-point conversion, Peters tosses the flag, gets a penalty, all that. Jets take advantage of it. The one thing that's concerning, though, is the team's run game. It hasn't been great. Powell and Forte are great receiving backs, which has been good, but in terms of if this team wants to get a yard or two, they really struggle. They're one of the worst teams, I'd say, in the NFL when dealing with short yardage situations. They really struggle. And they really don't have like that power back. But, for moving forward, they'll have to consider their options, the Jets at running back. But all in all, a 38-31 win over the Chiefs. The tank is off. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. They're still a couple games back. But for the future, these are good wins for the team. I promise. Todd Bowles, this is good. This is good. I promise. You have to start somewhere. If they go 1-15, then what next year? Now we know they're winning some games. 5 games they've won so far. Hopefully more. They should win next week versus Denver. But who knows? Sometimes they have letdown games. But we know they have a good receiving core now. D-line isn't terrible. Good run defense. Pass rush could be a little better. But this team's going to have some cap space in the offseason to spend. Will they get a quarterback? Will they strengthen their defense, their O-line? We will see. But all in all, great effort by the Jets. They continue to play hard. They're 5-7. and they're going to keep fighting even if fans don't want them to and want them to lose. They are going to keep fighting. They're playing hard for Todd Bowles, and good for them. That's what I'll leave you with, and I'll see you next week. Maybe they'll be 6-7 next week. We shall see.